Hello, star friends. It's Danny with Sagittarius. I'm going to do another reading for Sagittarius. And you may be wondering, is that microphone clipped to my hair? Yeah, it is. And it's because it was only $11 and I'm poor. So we're going to have to deal with it. Actually, it doesn't pull on it or anything. So it's actually working out. Okay, right out the gate, we have a Two of Cups. It's here in a reversal. So upright, this is like a crush or someone you like, but this is a disconnect. And it could be maybe you're starting to realize you don't like somebody as much as you thought you did, or maybe there's some trouble in paradise, but we'll come back and clarify at the end. Let's pull some more cards. Sagittarius. 10 of Wands. This is feeling overwhelmed, like you're carrying too much. Even the cat is going for a ride. He's not helping at all. So you're kind of going uphill all by yourself, carrying all these sticks or all these brooms. So that's a feeling of being overwhelmed. What does Sagittarius need to know? Knight of Cups. Okay. This is emotional fulfillment. Well, it's more like someone who's gassing you up. But if you notice, there's sharks in the water, so it's not necessarily 100% sincere. This is someone who's going in with emotions. I'm sure everybody knows somebody who, when they're feeling really good, like when they're buzzed or whatever, when they're feeling their best, they kind of just say a bunch of stuff and it sounds really good in the moment. And I think they're being sincere in the moment, but maybe they don't always like follow through all the way. Like there's somebody who wears rose colored glasses and they love to say a pretty tale, but when it actually comes push to shove, they're not necessarily showing up. Okay, then we have the Two of Wands. This is somebody who is doing careful planning, looking ahead. It's still the early stages. Wands are all about action or actually pursuing something. This is only a two, so this is early days, which this may be an early relationship. But there's some sort of disconnect here. I'm gonna come back and clarify these. I'm gonna let you guys watch actually. See. And these are handmade. I put him on a ripped up paper plate because he's gonna get his ghost uh juice everywhere. But yeah, these are for sale on my website. Anyways, okay. We have this Two of Cups, but it's in a reversal. We have this Ten of Wands, and then we have this Knight of Cups, and then we have this Two of Wands. Let's go ahead and clarify this Two of Cups. Whoa. Why is this Two of Cups here? Okay, we have an Ace of Swords, and it's upright, so maybe there's an argument that you guys had or some sort of conversation. This is the Five of Pentacles. This is like, and this is clarifying that or that Ten of Wands. This is feeling like left out in the cold. This is someone who feels like they're not getting the support that they need. They're not totally alone. See, they're not facing everything alone. There is support available. In the original tarot deck, this is a church. I don't think it is in this one, but this is a church, and historically, churches have been a place for people to get resources when they don't have any. So there is this help in the background, but I don't see you really taking that help. You're feeling really overwhelmed and burdened, and you may not even realize that there's this support and this help there. Okay, why is the Knight of Cups here? Oh, whoa. Okay. Knight of Cups. They have a lot to say about this. Remember, Knight of Cups, this kind of love bombing, gaslighting fellow. Sorry, my ring light's doing kind of a glare. We have the Strength. This is Leo energy. It's all about like also being strong through turmoil. We have the Three of Pentacles here, but it's in a reversal. So this is a disagreement. This is lack of compromising. And then we have the Nine of Wands. This is literally, let me move this ring. This is someone who is like burnt out. Oh, you know what? That's my chandelier. Sorry, that's doing the glare. This is someone who's burnt out and feeling like they keep trying to do something over and over again and it's just not working out. Okay, let's find out why this Two of Wands is here. Move these over a little bit. Why is the Two of Wands here? It's in a reverse. It's a Queen of Swords. So this is maybe someone who's really blunt, possibly really cold. They're really harsh with their words. Okay. So there's some sort of relationship that you're having a disconnect here with the Two of Cups. And there's a conversation that needs to be had to resolve this disconnect. You've been feeling like you're not getting enough support, you're not getting enough backup. Okay, I guess we can come back here so it's not glaring. So you've been feeling like you're not getting enough support, and it could just be that you're not asking for it. Like, have you, maybe it's the way that you're asking for it is not direct enough, and that's why we're seeing that Queen of Swords there. Um, I see what it is. This person has overcommitted themselves. They've told you they're going to do all this and that and this. And so you kind of are just expecting them to do that because that's what they've already told you they're going to do. But that the lack of them actually doing that, and you're feeling like really burnt out because you feel like you've already had this conversation with them before and they've already broke down and told you, yes, I'm going to work on it, yes, I'm going to do that, or whatever the case is between you and this person. There's this lack of compromising here. And then we have this Leo energy, which is a major arcana card. This is a message from the spirits and the divine telling you to keep working on it, that there will be a resolution. So this is a good omen, and this is actually your only major arcana card so far. So this is a good omen, especially because it came upright. See how there's a tornado in the background, but she's got her lion, she's got her Leo energy. She's going to be fierce, and if there's one thing about Leo energy, Leos stick up for themselves. They show up dressed, ready to go, and they stick up for themselves. So we're going to really embody that Leo energy. And yes, this person has told you they're going to work on it, but they're not following through. They're not actually doing the things that they said they were going to do. We have this Queen of Swords energy, and she's in a reverse. So this is like you're gonna have to kind of pull out that nasty version of yourself, and maybe you're trying really hard to be nice and you don't want to be mean, you don't want to upset this person, you don't want to have arguments, but you're gonna have to be a little bit blunt here. You're gonna have to really say how it is, and that's how you're gonna get things done. We see that with the Two of Wands, this kind of planning, taking action card. You can't just sit there and expect them to follow through, especially when it's leading you to feel like this. Like, that's not okay that you're feeling like you have no support and that you're carrying everything. That's definitely not okay. Okay, let's see what else. What does Sagittarius need to know? We have the Death card, another major arcana card. This is about moving into a new space. We'll come back and clarify once I get more cards. Sagittarius need to know. The Hermit, another major arcana card. This is the Virgo card. This is taking space for yourself. What does Sagittarius need to know? Then we have the Tower. Now these are all major arcana cards. So this little situation that you're having with this person, it's really overwhelming and you're about to have some big stuff happen. So you're going to have to deal with this annoying person who's not following through because you got some stuff coming up. It's going to be a way bigger deal. And then we have the Hierophant. Okay, 4 major arcana cards. Let's take a look here. First, we have the Death card. That's all about one door closing and another door opening. And that is falling underneath this Two of Cups and this conversation that needs to be had. If you're not being heard, it may be time to kind of close that door. You're going to have to save some space here for yourself. And do you see how these are falling in line? Like feeling really overwhelmed. Yes, there is support there, but they may not be helping you. And if that's the case, you need to protect your peace. Nobody's going to protect your peace like you. And if somebody is not down with that, get down, doors may need to be closed. I do see a tower moment happening here. This is this situation with this person, and it could have happened in the past because those were your first cards. You may be already entering this energy now where you're going to have to be strong and really stand your ground. And there may be a tower moment coming up here because the tower is when everything falls apart. And I mean, depending on your age or whatever who's watching this, if you've been through tower moments, you know exactly what I mean when I say they're so necessary. They're so absolutely painful and devastating. I mean, I had my whole house burned down and I lost everything and I moved to a new state. And now that I look back on that, I'm like so thankful that all that happened because it really gave me the life that I believe I deserved. I don't think I was living the life I deserved. So this is a message from the spirits right now saying you're not receiving what you should be. This energy here with the not getting support, feeling like you're carrying too much, this is not the energy that you deserve. And you are about to, but you have to work for it, right? Like there's nothing that the universe is ever going to just completely hand to you. Yes, there'll be moments of luck, but for moments like this with these four major arcana cards, you have to be willing to do a little bit of the work. You got to have this Leo energy and this Queen of Swords energy. You got to have this Virgo energy. You got to stick up for yourself. You've got to say something. You can't just, keep being the person who's working for it and carrying all these sticks and trying and trying and trying. See how she's trying all these spells and all these wands keep burning out. In the past, it may not have worked, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to work now. You can't just deal with these, unfulfilled promises. That's unacceptable. And this is the spirit saying, stick up for yourself. And if that door closes, then that door was meant to close. You're trying to force doors open that aren't meant to be open. And you need to be able to meditate with this by yourself and really sit on it and think about what you want. But regardless, Sagittarius, when a tower moment is necessary, a tower moment is necessary. We can't fight that. And then we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a teacher, it's a learner, it's a student. It's someone who watches the tower crumble before them, and instead of being depressed about it, they go, I probably needed that. This is good for me. You haven't been getting what you deserve. You have not been receiving the abundance that you deserve. What does Sagittarius need to know? Well, let's ask why the Death card's here. Another major arcana card. This is the High Priestess card. This is exactly what I was telling you. The High Priestess card is all about manifestation. She is somebody who uses the tools and resources that she has to manifest what she needs. The High Priestess is also telling you to, take a look at your spirituality. She is she has the yin and yang going on here, the black and white. She is okay with the bad, she's okay with the good. She recognizes that you wouldn't even notice the light unless there was a little bit of dark, and that some, endings are a blessing. And that falls underneath again this Two of Cups, and that accepting it and having, those tough conversations and accepting when somebody tells you who they are, you have got to believe them. And they may have lied in the past, but if they're telling you who they are right now, you got to believe them. Why is this Hermit here? Okay, whoa. Six of Swords. This is kind of sneaking off. not being totally transparent. Page of Pentacles. This is a new start, new beginning. And then we have the, let me see if I can move these up. Then we have the Queen of Wands. She is a fiery Aries energy. She is confidence. And then we have this reversed Ace of Cups. And it's in a reversal here to clarify the Hermit because it's telling you that it might not feel good. Like, this is not necessarily going to feel good, but you have to have some confidence in the fact that you're being honest with yourself. So these swords, these represent thoughts, these represent, things that she wants to say. These are ideas. She's running away with those in the night, following the full moon, this intuition, but she is leaving with others. This person that you've been disconnected with may not be the support that you needed. And notice how this is falling underneath that there is a church in the background. This church was actually never this person at all. This person you were disconnected with. You may have wanted to receive that support from them, but they were never that person at all. And that's why we see this 10 of Wands with this card. And underneath it, you're leaving to get support somewhere else. These hidden figures here, you're leaving with them. And you're not even mad about it. I mean, look at her face. She's like, yeah, peace out, see you. And she's leaving with this Queen of Wands, this very fiery, confident action card. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, all about starting a new journey and moving forward. But it's not all going to be cherries and rainbows. There's a little bit of this. And this is a cups card. Notice that these aren't cups. We have the Queen of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and we have, I can't remember what number it is, the Six of Swords. And this is all about your self journey. Remember, this is Virgo energy. This is the Hermit. So this is the only cups card on top of this, and it's in a reverse, but it's an ace. So there is going to be a little bit of sadness here. There's a little bit of a lost, and I didn't even notice this before, but see though, there's two birds in the background. So now that it's in reverse, it's like you had to make the necessarily cuts. You had to do what was best for yourself because you can't just have somebody dragging you down like this. Okay, why is the Tower here? The Ten of Cups. Okay, we have the Tower and then we have the Ten of Cups. This is a happy life. This is a happy home. This is what you want. This is what you've been craving. This is what you desire. You want that emotional fulfillment, that feeling of completion. And that's going to be necessary with this Tower moment. And while you're going through that Tower moment, it's not going to feel, completely perfect and it's not going to feel really good. But you can have some reassurance with this message that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Why is the Hierophant here? Knight of Swords. This is a quick action card. It's all about impulsivity. We have the Hierophant and the Knight of Swords. I'm going to pull one more card for this. Two of Swords. This feels all about taking a shot in the dark. So this is going to be your energy moving forward after this Tower moment. It's going to be a little bit impulsive and you're going to feel like you have a blindfold on. You're going to feel like you're taking shots in the dark, but she could easily take this blindfold off and notice that she's hitting it in the bullseye. This is all about trusting the universe and the plan that it has for you and believing that, the decisions that you make at certain times, that's kind of all about letting go of any sort of guilt or shame about decisions that you made in the past. Maybe you let someone treat you like this for way too long and you feel like you gave them years of your life and you felt like you were really impulsive and you made bad decisions. But this is major arcana, the Hierophant. This is about accepting that you're a student in this lifetime and that there's things that you're going to have to be here to learn. You and your loved ones are safe. And that's new moon in Cancer. Oh, the Grim Reaper. The relationship is over, no second chances. Grow and transform your life. So, overall, this story started with a disconnect, and it was because someone in the relationship wasn't keeping their promises. They had said that they were going to do a lot of things that they didn't end up doing. They made you feel really overwhelmed. They made you feel really left out in the cold, like you didn't have the support that you needed. And eventually you had to see through their BS. You had to see that a lot of what they were saying wasn't necessarily true. There was sharks in the water, and you tried. You did not just give this one go with this person. I mean, you tried and you tried and you tried and you tried, and you just looked defeated. You kept trying, but with strength and Leo energy and realizing that things are just simply not working, you're going to be able to have this Queen of Swords. If you have not already had this Queen of Swords energy to be able to speak up for yourself and say what you need, because you don't need to keep going through this cycle over and over again. And if that person walks away or leaves you, or it's the ending of the relationship, that is a blessing. You can look back and you can, whatever you believe in, if it's Christianity, if it's the universe, whatever you believe in, you can rely on your faith, and you can trust in the divine, you can trust in the universe, you can trust in God, that there's a plan for you, and just have faith during that difficult time, that difficult break, because you're going to come out of that able to have your own back, able to stick up for yourself, able to have that confidence. Remember, Queen of Wands energy, to be able to have that confidence, and you're going to be setting out on this new journey. And you don't have to show all of you to everybody. That person didn't need to see all of you. You're going to take that with you. That's who you are. That's your ideas. And you're going to get support from other people. There's going to be other people there to help you. And you may feel a little bit sad at times, but that tower moment was necessary for you to end up getting your happy moment. And whether you realize that now or later, you're going to eventually have that realization and be so thankful that you went through that painful tower moment. You're going to come out as the student, and you're going to be able to accept, whatever guilt, shame, impulsive decisions that were made, that they were necessary for you to learn. And then the Oracle card, the Grim Reaper, the relationship is over, no second chances. Grow and transform your life. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries, which is crazy because what was I saying about the Queen of Wands and how she's Aries energy? And then we have you and your loved ones are safe, which is new moon in Cancer. And maybe people were frustrated with you for going through this cycle so many times, or you feel embarrassed that you allowed this person to treat you like that. But that's a message, an oracle card letting you know that it's all gravy. He hasn't spilled his thoughts yet. But if you're interested, go to Sagittarius.com. You can buy these cute little ghost candles. I hope there was a message in here that resonated with you. I hope you were able to get something out of this reading. Please like and subscribe. It really helps me a lot. And I hope you guys have a blessed day. Thank you.